Hey guys, what's up? This is your girl, the Bronze Goddess, and I know that I have taken so very long to do a Makeup for Beginner series, but here it is. I don't want to make one big long video, so I'm going to probably cut it in half, and that's going to be long enough. But for those of you who have been wanting to learn how to do some makeup things and want to see how I do certain things, I'm going to show you. I am not a professional makeup artist. I am not a makeup aficionado, anything like that. I've been playing with makeup for about a year and a half now, and I've learned so much from being on YouTube, and all I'm doing is showing you what I've learned. So there could be a better way or whatever. I'm just going to show you what I've learned. And of course, I'm a cheapanista, recessionista, so I'm going to show you everything that I do is always the look for less. So if you want to watch, you want to learn what you want to learn about makeup, you're definitely going to have to stay tuned. Thank you so much for your patience. Keep watching. Hey guys, what's up? This is your girl. I am the Bronze Goddess, and this is my Makeup for Beginner series. One of the reasons why I wanted to start this Makeup for Beginner series is because when I first started playing with makeup and when I first discovered makeup here on YouTube, which was like last January 09, there was so much that I needed to know, and I kind of jumped right into it. And when people were talking about I'm going to use UDPP all over my lid, and I'm going to use a 242 to pack this on my lid, this is my lid color, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I was just kind of like, what is UDPP? What are you doing? What is a 242? How do I know what number? It was really sort of like, okay, I really wish there was kind of a beginner place, because I had to learn a lot on my own. So I wanted to do this series to kind of help you all out there who are just getting into makeup and you don't know where to start. This first section of the video I feel is so important, and sometimes I feel like it gets neglected, and that is skincare. The reason why I feel like sometimes it gets neglected, especially here on YouTube, is if you look up or search for flawless foundation and stuff like that, you will find a ton of videos. But if you're looking for great ways to improve the quality of your own skin, not so much. And so when you talk about good foundation, what I'm talking about, your natural, your own skin. So I'm here fresh-faced, no makeup on, because I want to talk to you about skincare. What I use and some products that I absolutely love that I have to recommend to you. As far as skincare is concerned, I have sensitive skin. People fall into several different categories. You could have oily skin, dry skin, combination skin. Sometimes people have like dry patches on their face, but for the most part they're oily or whatever. You need to determine what type you are. For me, I pretty much am combination skin. I get a little bit oily in my T-zone area, but that's pretty much it. For the most part, my face is pretty dry. And so what I use, because I have sensitive skin, I'm a minimalist. When it comes to products, I am, for the most part, a minimalist. And at the beginning of this year, I put myself on what I called a clear skin campaign. And the reason why I did that is because I have two dark spots on my face, two areas of hyperpigmentation. As you can see, I do have sort of darker circles, not that dark, but I do have like dark circles under my eyes. But I also have this area here, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, and this area here, which are two areas of hyperpigmentation. And they really kind of bothered me. They bothered me because I didn't want to be a slave to makeup. I didn't want to be one of those people that had to wear a face full of makeup just to run out to get the mail and stuff like that. And I put myself on a clear skin campaign, and then my grandmother recommended products from Ambi. And she had told me about Ambi when I was a kid, and I used it when I was a kid, but as I got older, I forgot all about it. And so even though I'm almost done using this, I'm going to tell you about it anyway because I love it. This is Ambi's Fade Cream, and it's for fading dark spots and for evening your skin tone. These dark spots on my face were way darker. They were way darker. And they have faded so so well. So I'm going to continue to use, sorry about that. But like I was saying, I'm going to probably buy another one to see if I can fade these dark spots even more. And the dark circles, they're hereditary. My mother has dark circles. My grandmother has dark circles. I'm slightly anemic. I don't eat enough green leafy vegetables, blah, blah, blah. But they're not that bad. But these are the only two areas in my whole face that I was really worried about. And this product has really helped dramatically with those. But yeah, so I like Ambi. If you have dark spots, I would suggest you try it. It's really inexpensive. I think this is like $4 or something. You can get it at Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar General, any kind of store like that. It's like $4. So if you have like dark spots on your face, then you may definitely want to try this to see if it works. Now I had to use it for a while. I used it for like maybe a couple of months. Just dabbed it on my face and left it or whatever at night or whatever. It works, okay? It does work. So I use that from Ambi, and I also use Ambi soap. This is their complexion bar. I use Ambi soap. Also, I use those two together when I was using the cream. But what I like the most to use on my face is this. And I live in Atlanta, so sometimes it's easier for me to get my hands on some good products. But this is 100% black soap. I love black soap, and this is the real deal. This isn't the cheap imitation, and I got it at my beauty supply store for $2.50. You can see it. This is the real deal. 100%. This has pure honey, shea butter, caramwood, cocoa powder, plantain peel powder, palm kernel oil, mango extract, coconut oil, water, and aloe vera. I love this stuff. Talk about clean, moisturized skin. This is my favorite. My absolute favorite. Now, the good part about this is there is a website there. So if you're interested, you may want to check out their website, www.racosmetics.com. So that way you can get your hands on it. I love this stuff. I love it. So I use that on my face. As far as like an astringent, I take a cotton ball. I keep it fairly natural. Witch Hazel. I use Witch Hazel, which is an astringent facial cleanser. I like using this with some cotton balls to really make sure that my skin is clean from the oil, dirt, and makeup. I do this first, then I normally do my soap, wash, rinse really, really well. And then last but not least, I use my moisturizer, which you guys know I love my Pond's. It says dry skin, but it works for me. This stuff is so lush. I've talked about it a million times. It's gonna take me forever to get through this jar. A tiny, tiny dab will moisturize your whole face. And when you moisturize your face before you put your foundation on, it just gives a nice kind of soft, supple application, as opposed to trying to put makeup and concealer and all that on absolutely dry skin. It can come across a little cakey. So if you want your makeup to look a little bit natural, like how I try to make mine look natural, you add a little bit of moisturizer before you put on your foundation. So for the most part, that's all I use for skincare. Keep it pretty simple. Like I said, I don't use this very often. I stopped using it, but I may want to use it a little bit more. You can see that's the dark spot that I have. But yeah, so let's get into foundation. Now, for foundation, there's several different types of foundation. There's light coverage, medium coverage, heavy coverage, and for me, I'm creating my own category and creating the HD definition category. Now, for sheer coverage is normally a very sheer, borderline watery foundation or something that you would use, or just if you're using a sheer foundation, that's normally someone who just wants to even out their skin tone. You don't have any areas that you're concealing, you don't have any acne, scarring, no kind of issues really. You just want to even out your skin tone. You're somebody who can benefit from a sheer coverage foundation. Medium coverage, at least for me in my definition, medium coverage is some concealer and maybe some powder, and that's it. Not necessarily a full face of makeup. Full coverage, in my definition, is more concealer, a heavy a thicker foundation, like a liquid or whatever, or cream to powder, but concealer, a thicker foundation, powder, pretty much the works. And that's full coverage. And of course, HD is for those who are doing makeup and you want that absolutely flawless look and you're taking pictures or something. That's the HD. And several companies make HD foundation now, like Revlon. They have a photo ready foundation. Coastal Scents has their high definition foundation. I know Makeup Forever if you like the higher end stuff. So from the higher end to the lower end, if you want that flawless look in pictures, say you are getting married and you want your pictures to come out absolutely flawless, or you're taking lots of pictures for prom or graduation or something like that, that's the kind of foundation that you want to use, one that just photographs really, really well. Now for me, my category is medium coverage. What I've been doing and been able to get away with is using concealer and a pressed powder. That's pretty much it. And what I'm concealing normally is the dark circles around my eyes, and also the little areas that I have hyperpigmentation at, and that's pretty much it. Once I use my concealer here in these areas, maybe around my mouth a little bit, I add the powder and I'm out the door. I love being able to use a small amount of makeup. That's why it was so important for me to work on my own skin, that I felt okay running to the store like this. I did do my brows because my brows stop early, but other than, I don't have anything else on my face, and I'm okay with that. So yeah. So anyway, like I was saying, now this is what I use. This is the concealer that I use. This is what the packaging looks like. It's by Posner. I got mine from CVS. It's by Posner. Mine is medium deep. It's hypoallergenic. It's water resistant. It completely helps with dark circles, scars, and just spots on your face. But the lady in the picture, it's very dramatic, but mine were dark. The dark spots I had on my face were kind of dark like that. And the Ambi really faded it really, really well. Because that's why I originally started using this, because I had 2 dark spots just like this girl. She has a lot of them, but I had like 2 dark spots. And I was like, I want something that's going to get my face clear like that. But anyway, that's what I use. Comes in a little container like this. This stuff will last me, this little container here will last me at least 6 months. Yes, no lie. You can get this for like $8, $9 at CVS, a drugstore, or Walmart, someplace like that. You can put it on with your fingers. Okay guys, let's go ahead and put, I'm going to go ahead and put my foundation on. Now, this is what I use. This is Posner. I have 2 different shades, one in medium and one in medium deep. You can apply this with any type of foundation brush that you like. This is a MAC 190 brush. And this is just a random kind of, I think they call this a filbert brush. A nice brush like this. But I actually prefer this brush, which I love. This brush is by Mira. It's metallic, so you may not be able to see. It's M-I-R-R-A. I got this at Kroger, a grocery store. And what I love about it is it's dual-sided. This is so soft, but I like the concealer side. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to apply the medium around my eyes. Just a little bit to help out a little bit with my darker circles. Like I said, I'm more of a concealer and powder kind of girl. That's the kind of coverage that I require, but it's whatever you like. You can do this with a brush, or you can do this with your fingers. Just like this. Like I said, I kind of use the medium one around my eyes because the medium one is lighter, and I like a bit of a highlight around my eyes. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my problem areas. These 2 areas that really bug me. And I'm going to go ahead and just put the concealer on those areas. Like I said, I'm a bit of a minimalist. I believe that if you don't need a face full of makeup, then don't put a face full of makeup. If you don't need a lot of makeup, then don't use a lot of makeup. So I'm just kind of putting it on my little problem areas. Just like this. I'm definitely going to put it around my mouth area where a lot of African Americans normally have a darker area, a darker spot around their mouth. And for the most part, that's it. Yeah. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Zuri powder. I use Zuri, which is almost gone. I have another one around here somewhere, but I don't feel like looking for it. But anyway, I'm going to take a big kabuki brush and swirl it around and buff. Just buff it into my skin, just like this. There you have it. That's my foundation routine. Very, very simple, very easy. Now what I do for my eyebrows is I'm just going to take, you can take like a dual-sided brush like this that has a comb in the brush side. And I'm just going to brush my eyebrows a little bit just to kind of tame those wild brows. I'm going to grab a, you can use powder, black eyeshadow, or you can use a pencil. Now sometimes I like using a combination of an eyeshadow, of a pencil and a powder, because a lot of times whenever you put something that's creamy or moist on you, you want to set it with some kind of powder. And excuse me, I feel like it lasts longer if you use both. So if you want your brows to last all day, I would definitely suggest you use both. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the natural shape of my brows with a very kind of light hand. And I'm going to go ahead and apply. That's how I do my brows. I'm very quick at my brows. Mine stop early. My eyebrows have always grown this way. So I'm somebody that has to do this every day or my eyebrows look funny. So I'm just in there kind of just following the natural shape, just like that. Now what you can do is just take some black eyeshadow, any random black eyeshadow. Because I'm a cheapskate, of course I'm going to use e.l.f. And you can take an angled eyeshadow brush. I'm going to use a MAC 266 with a little bit of this black eyeshadow. And just to set it, I'm going to put it just right over top. Just to set everything. Now when you're doing your eyebrows, I'm going to tell you a trick that I learned. And this is to keep your eyebrows from looking like the McDonald's arches. What you want to do is you want to take anything, any pencil, whatever, and you want to make sure that the angle of your nose and the angle of your eyebrow are like this. You want to make sure that it's not like eyebrows still coming all the way over here. This is kind of your guideline to let you know that you're drawing your eyebrows perfectly. Okay, this is kind of a little trick I picked up. Thanks to all the gurus on YouTube. But anyway, that's pretty much it for that. Now, what you can do also is I like to add like a foundation that's lighter than my skin tone and place it right underneath my brow area. So I'm going to do that really quickly. I'm just going to use just any lighter than my skin foundation. And I'm going to apply a little right underneath my brow. Now what this does is it helps to make your eyebrows look like they're freshly arched, which definitely helps your eyes to pop. So just add kind of a lighter than your skin complexion foundation or concealer or something right underneath. It just really helps to make your eyebrows look nice and help them to stand out. And because this is a creamy product, we're going to set that with an eyeshadow. So I'm going to set that with, I'm going to use this bottom down here, which is almost worn out, but I'm going to use that as a highlight.
All right, so just right underneath here, just to help make everything stand out. Now, when we add our eyeshadow, we're gonna blend this into it. But I'm just gonna add a little bit just to help to make my eyebrows pop. And like I said, it's gonna look better once we actually put our eyeshadow on. But what else we're gonna do? We're gonna be adding a little bit of bronzer. Now for bronzer, you can use any bronzer you like. I'm using this bronzer that I always use, this one right here on the end, which is from the Coastal Scents Double Stack Matte Shadow and Blush Palette. I'm just gonna use that, and I'm gonna highlight a little bit on the bridge of my nose there, and I'm also gonna highlight right underneath, right on my cheekbone area there. And this just adds a nice healthy glow to your skin. Just a nice little highlight. You can also add a bronzer like this right above your Cupid's bow here, and a little bit maybe on your chin. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. Now, for contouring, you can use any brush that you like, or you could use a contouring brush, which is kind of like this, nice fluffy brush like this. And this brush was $1 from the dollar store. And tell me I have my powder out. All right, just a second.